The year is 1179. Wind howls. Rain lashes the monastery walls. Inside, a lone figure bends over parchment. Her name is Hildegard. She is 81 years old. The candlelight flickers, casting dancing shadows. Hildegard writes feverishly, driven by a force she barely understands. She writes of visions of God, of the secrets of the universe. She writes for us centuries later to hear her story. Hildegard was born in 1098, a time of great change and upheaval. The world she entered was one of medieval splendor and hardship, where the lines between the divine and the earthly were often blurred. She was a sickly child, the 10th child of a noble family in Germany. Her parents, though of noble blood, faced the same struggles as many during this time: disease, famine, and the constant threat of war. Even as a young girl, Hildegard experienced visions. These were not mere dreams, but vivid divine revelations that would shape her life and legacy. The world shimmered around her, pulsing with vibrant life and divine messages. Nature itself seemed to speak to her, revealing secrets and truths that were hidden from others. This was a gift, a burden, and a source of isolation. While others saw the world in mundane terms, Hildegard's visions set her apart, making her both special and solitary. At the age of 8, she was offered as a tithe to the church. This was a common practice for noble families, a way to ensure the spiritual well-being of their children and to gain favor with the church. She entered the monastery, her life forever altered. Within the walls of the abbey, Hildegard found a new world, one of strict discipline but also of learning and spiritual growth. It was here that her visions would be nurtured and her path as a mystic and scholar would begin. Within the monastery walls, Hildegard found her purpose. She devoured books, soaking up knowledge like a sponge. She studied medicine, botany, and music, excelling in all disciplines. But it was her deep connection to nature that truly set her apart. Hildegard saw the natural world as a reflection of God's glory. She believed that plants held healing properties, that the stars held secrets, and that the human body was a microcosm of the universe. Hildegard's visions continued. God spoke to her, urging her to write, to sing, to share her knowledge with the world. She began to record her visions in a book called Scivias. She composed soaring hymns and chants, filled with ecstatic joy and profound spiritual insight. Her work was unlike anything seen before, a unique blend of mysticism, scientific observation, and artistic brilliance. Hildegard was not content to remain silent within the monastery walls. She was a woman of profound intellect and deep spirituality, and she felt a calling that went beyond the cloistered life. The monastery, with its serene gardens and quiet halls, was a place of reflection and prayer. But for Hildegard, it was also a place of inspiration and vision. She felt a fire within her, a burning desire to speak truth to power. This inner fire was not just a metaphor, it was a divine spark that compelled her to act. Hildegard believed that this fire was a gift from God, a sign that she was meant to do more than just live a life of quiet contemplation. She was driven by a sense of purpose that was both personal and universal. "The living light of God," she wrote, "has planted a fire in my heart, and it burns me up." This light was not just a source of warmth and illumination, it was a guiding force that led her to challenge the status quo. Hildegard's writings were filled with vivid imagery and powerful language, reflecting the intensity of her convictions. She saw herself as a vessel for divine wisdom, a conduit through which God's will could be expressed. She began to write letters, challenging the corruption and hypocrisy she saw in the church. These letters were not just personal correspondences, they were bold statements of truth and justice. Hildegard's words were a call to action, urging those in power to reform their ways and return to a life of integrity and piety. Her letters were meticulously crafted, each one a testament to her unwavering faith and determination. She corresponded with popes and emperors, urging them to embrace reform and return to a life of piety. Her influence extended far beyond the walls of the monastery, reaching the highest echelons of power. Hildegard's letters were not just messages, they were instruments of change, challenging the leaders of her time to live up to the ideals of their faith. Her legacy is a testament to the power of one woman's voice to inspire and transform. Section 6. Challenging authority. Hildegard's outspokenness did not go unnoticed. Some praised her courage and wisdom, others condemned her as a heretic and a troublemaker. But Hildegard refused to be silenced. She believed that God had chosen her for a purpose, and she would not back down, no matter the cost. She traveled widely, preaching to large crowds, her voice ringing out with the power of her convictions. Section 7. A symphony of faith. Through it all, Hildegard continued to create. She wrote plays, medical treatises, and even a language of her own invention. But it is her music that continues to resonate most strongly today. Her compositions are ethereal and otherworldly, filled with soaring melodies and intricate harmonies. They are a testament to her faith, her creativity, and her enduring belief in the power of the human spirit. Section 8. A timeless legacy. Hildegard of Bingen died in 1179 at the age of 81. She left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and challenge us today. She was a visionary, a pioneer, and a woman who dared to speak truth to power. She reminds us that one voice can make a difference, that the human spirit is capable of great things, and that we are all connected to something larger than ourselves. Section 9. Our own legacy. As we look back on Hildegard's life and work, we are left with a profound question: what legacy will we leave behind? Hildegard of Bingen, a remarkable woman of the medieval era, left an indelible mark on history through her music, writings, and spiritual insights. Her contributions continue to inspire and challenge us to think deeply about our own lives and the impact we wish to have on the world. Will we have the courage to follow our own paths, to speak our truths, and to stand firm in our convictions, even when faced with adversity? Hildegard's journey was not an easy one. She faced numerous challenges and opposition, yet she remained steadfast in her mission. Her story encourages us to reflect on our own journeys and the obstacles we must overcome to achieve our goals, and to create something beautiful and lasting. Whether through art, music, writing, or any other form of expression, we all have the potential to leave a lasting legacy. Hildegard's creative works were not only a reflection of her inner world, but also a gift to humanity, transcending time and space. What will be our gift to the world? Hildegard's story reminds us that we all have a purpose, a unique calling that only we can fulfill. Her life was a testament to the power of following one's passion and the impact it can have on the world. Each of us has a light within, a spark of creativity and purpose waiting to be ignited, a light within us waiting to be kindled. Just as Hildegard's light shone brightly in her time, we too have the potential to illuminate the world around us. It is up to us to nurture that light, to let it grow and shine, guiding us on our path and inspiring others along the way. May we all find the courage to let our own lights shine. In doing so, we honor not only our own legacy, but also the legacies of those who came before us, like Hildegard, who dared to let their light shine in the darkness. Let us be inspired by her example and strive to create a world where our lights can shine brightly for future generations to see.